Sloan Spencer Million is an ambitious and self-involved publicist in Los Angeles planning the premiere of her client Caitlin Quinn's Benson new movie, Snow Angel, on Christmas. Sloan must make the event perfect in order to beat her ex-boyfriend Jason Ryan Syke for a promotion to vice president, even though Sloan is dating her boss Andrew Burgess Jenkins, whose family owns the company. Sloan makes plans to work all of Christmas Day rather than spend time with her mother, Vivian Jackie Harry, or have dinner with her friend Jenny Ashley Johnson and her husband Ed Justin Smith at their struggling restaurant. When Caitlin chokes to death on the olive from a martini, her ghost visits Sloan, warning that she needs to change her ways or pay the price. Later, Andrew calls Sloan with the news that Caitlin has died. Sloan goes to the hospital to see the body for herself and runs into her ex-boyfriend Patrick Murray, who is a doctor at the hospital. Upon seeing Caitlin's body, Sloan worries about the implications for the movie premiere. The next day, Caitlin's ghost continues to follow Sloan around, interfering in her life. Andrew, who puts Sloan in charge of Caitlin's memorial, which Sloan decides to combine with the movie premiere. Consequently, everyone at the office has to work overtime, even on Christmas Day. Patrick calls Sloan and asks her out on a date, but she puts off having to give him an answer. At midnight that night, Sloan is visited by the spirit of ex-Mass past, her first boyfriend, Brad Patrick Johnson, who shows Sloan how her mother shaped Sloan's materialistic ways. He also reveals that Sloan left him to focus on her career, right before he was going to propose. Since then, she has dated several men, always leaving when it started to become serious. Finally, Brad breaks the news to Sloan that Andrew is cheating on her. The next day, Sloan dumps Andrew after he admits to cheating on her. Later, Sloan is only worried about how it will affect her career, making her competition with Jason for the promotion heat up even more. Sloan decides to use her dinner reservations that she had at Andrew to have dinner with Patrick instead. On the date, as Sloan and Patrick are about to kiss, Andrew arrives and proposes to Sloan. She says yes, completely forgetting about Patrick. At midnight that night, Caitlin and the spirit of ex-Mass present, Jason, show Sloan how her thoughtlessness and self-absorption affects those around her. Sloan observes her secretary Ella Cara Montella telling her son that she will not be home on Christmas Day, Jenny and Ed talking about how Sloan takes Jenny for granted, and Vivian finding out that her husband will not be home for Christmas and she will be spending it completely alone. Last, Sloan discovers that Andrew was actually on the phone while talking to her about their engagement and sees how upset Patrick was. Both Caitlin's ghost and Jason's spirit want to show Sloan that if she does not change, she is going to end up alone. The next day, Sloan attempts to fix the relationships in her life. She admits to Jenny that she forgot to put the gift certificates to help Jenny's restaurant in the gift baskets. Sloan then visits Patrick, who tells her that he could never fall in love with her now. As she is leaving the hospital, Sloan is visited by the spirit of ex-Mass future, who is dressed like Santa Claus. Sloan visits her mother's house where the maid is trying to convince Vivian to spend Christmas with her family, to no avail. She is spending Christmas alone with her dogs, one of whom she named after Sloan. She questions her mother's mental stability as she always seen Sloan as a person despite the two other dogs being considered her younger brothers. She learns that Vivian's marriage to her last husband fell apart and, since the dogs seem to love her more than Sloan does, Vivian has come to depend on them for support. Next, Sloan visits the future home of Jenny and Ed where they receive a Christmas card from her, which Jenny refuses to read. She discovers that Jenny's restaurant has failed, and she is now a waitress at Applebee's. Sloan also learns that, because her thoughtlessness, Jenny ended their friendship. Finally, Sloan visits the hospital, where she learns that she never sees Patrick. again after accepting Andrew's proposal, and that he believes she is shallow and selfish. Sloane insists that she does care about love, and since she and Andrew are engaged, he would never become her ex. The spirit laughs at her and reveals himself to be Andrew, her future ex-husband, who left her because she valued her career more than him. Inside the hospital, Sloane observes how happy the Irons are to have family visit them on Christmas. Sloane learns from Andrew that no one came to visit her because they were angry over how she willfully abandoned them in their time of need. As a result, she died alone, just as Jason and Caitlin predicted. Sloane begs Andrew to help her, but he refuses, saying she got what she deserved. Before leaving, Andrew suggests that had Sloane been more caring towards others, she would not have ended up alone. Sloane wakes up on Christmas Day, determined to fix her life. First, she reconciles with her mother and goes to Jenny's for dinner. Then she goes to the movie premiere Memorial, where she lets Ella go home for the day, and puts all the gift certificates for Jenny's restaurant in the gift baskets. The event is a success and Sloane gets the promotion to vice president. Once Andrew decides to tell her the good news, Sloane finds a Bluetooth speaker in his ear. Discovering that he had secretly spied on her and Patrick at the restaurant with the woman he cheated on her with, she dumps him. Having accomplished her mission, Caitlin gets her wings and goes up to heaven after saying goodbye to Sloane. As Sloane is leaving, she and Jason make peace. At the hospital, Sloane apologizes to Patrick and professes her love for him. Patrick is doubtful and upset that she embarrassed him in public. Sloane tells him that she and Andrew are done for good and she realizes how much she hurt Patrick. In the end, Patrick forgives her and joins her at Jenny's for dinner, where Sloane makes a Christmas toast, surrounded by her loved ones.